Good morning, everybody. Welcome back through installment of Scott Selections here for Monday, February 24th. For again today's play of the day, quick recap what happened yesterday. Had a loss in college basketball with Merrimack and Iona under 132.5 at minus 110 on FanDuel. Brutal loss, probably the worst loss we've had of the season as the game was flying under. Landed 120 in regulation. Problem was it was tied 60-60, and the game eventually did go over in overtime. Iona led by 7 with like a minute 13 to go. Led by 4 in the final 25 seconds. Choked the game. Merrimack tied it in the final 4 seconds. And eventually the game did go over in overtime. So good read. Bad result is what it is. Look for a winner here on Monday. For the extra play, though, I want to remind most of the more pleasant website. The website's promo code WEH for your site to go purchase. Plus a reminder, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. For the extra play, though, going to the NBA, looking at a matchup between the Trailblazers and the Jazz taking place at around 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And for this game, we'll go the player prop to go with Portland guard Toumani Camara. You can go with his over 2.5 steals and blocks at minus 115 on BetMGM. Time recording of 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So we're going to go with the over here for Kamara steals and blocks. First reason, he's been incredible lately when it comes to really just racking up steals and blocks. He's had at least 3 steals and blocks in 5 straight games, and he's been great on the road recently. He's had at least 3 steals and blocks in 6 of the last 8 road games. So number 2.5 might seem intimidating, but it's really not. He's been consistent. He's been solid defensively, and I think this line is too short, especially based on the matchup for this game. Now, he's also been consistent. He's had at least 2 steals and blocks in 17 of his last 19 games. So he tends to, once again, be involved heavily defensively, and I think you're going to see him put his, fingerprints all over the defensive game plan for Portland in this game. Now, he's also played a lot of minutes because he's played at least 32 minutes in 12 of his last 14. So Portland's starting to use him a lot more. He had a double-double last game. Seems like Kamara is becoming one of the key pieces to this team based on how good he is defensively, and because of the usage, I think that he's in a good spot to go over this 2.5. Now, Utah, I said before, is a good matchup for the steals and blocks because Utah is allowing the most blocks per game in the entire league and the most steals per game in the entire league. Plus, Utah is allowing the second most steals per game to opposing shooting guards and the 5th most blocks per game to opposing shooting guards. So, point is, it is a dream matchup for Kamara, who tends to go, once again, over this number recently, having 3 steals and blocks in 5 straight, and having 3 steals and blocks in 6 of the last 8 road games. Utah, though, is the perfect matchup for him. I think he'll be heavily involved. I think you're going to see him really just stifle a lot of stuff at the rim, and also force a bunch of turnovers, which Utah does love to do. Point is, I think Kamara, even though the line might seem intimidating for a defensive prop, I think 2.5 is actually too low when you factor in how good Kamara actually is at defense. I think he might be the most underrated defender in the entire league. But with the matchup against Utah and with the usage and the hit rate recently, I think this is a good price at minus 115. So I'll take it now before the line moves. Once again, the play today here for Monday, February 24th is going to be on Kamara over 2.5 steals and blocks at minus 115 on BetMGM. Bye, everyone.